Beside him is Li Yongshen from China. Your team has essentially competed with the same roster through the VNL. What would you say are the strengths of Team China?
李永珍，你来自中国队，中国队使用相同的阵容来进行VNL世联赛的比赛，你觉得对于队伍的来说，参加世联赛的压力有哪些？
我觉得对于世联赛来说，对我们队伍每一场都是一个锻炼的机会吧。我们用一套阵容，我觉得可以让我们这个团队配合得更加默契，然后在场上的一些细节上面做得更加熟练一些。
I think it's a very good practice chance for us, and we use the same roster to be participating in the VNL, and it can develop our tacit understanding among the players.
Okay. What is there like something specific, a goal in mind for this week in particular? A goal in mind for this week?
就是你觉得在这周的比赛中，有没有什么特别重要的机会？
我觉得这站的比赛每一场对我们队伍来说都是一次难得的锻炼的机会吧。我觉得没有说哪一场是比较特别重要的机会。我觉得我们现在的目标就是把每一场比赛完成好，全力以赴去争取胜利吧。
I think every match is a good practice chance for us. No match is especially special. We just try our best to win all the matches.
Okay. Thank you very much. And for Poland, Alexander, I'm not from Poland, but I've been here during your team's matches, and it's pretty amazing. You feel goosebumps. What's it like as a player in that kind of an environment, getting ready to play for your nation?
Good morning, everyone. Well, it's an amazing feeling to play as a Polish national team member here in Poland. The atmosphere is great. I think, like you said, you saw that, and it's for us. I treat it as a big privilege to be in the Polish national team and have fans like this. Here in Poland, people loves volleyball, and people are cheering for us no matter if we win or lose. So it's really a privilege, and I'm proud of being in Polish national team as a player and having a chance to encounter that atmosphere.
Does it bring a little more pressure, and if so, how do you deal with that?
Well, in the beginning, the first games in Poland, for sure, it's really loud, but the fans are on our side, so it gives you wings. It gives you additional confidence in your playing, and we treat them as our seventh player on the court. So fans are on our side, and together we can accomplish anything playing in Poland.
All right, great. And now your coach beside you, Nikola Gerbich. For week 3, it seems like you've brought your strongest roster yet to the VNL. But when you look back at weeks 1 and 2 and some of the younger players, how would you evaluate some of their successes in terms of looking forward for Team Poland down the road?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Well, yeah, the idea, as I'm not the only coach who did that, was to give some time off to the guys who are playing usually or mainly, and to try out some new guys, some young guys who are interesting to me. And let's say it was interesting experience. There are some guys who are still with us, young guys who show themselves really good, and so I took them with us to continue to develop even more. They had an opportunity to go with some other teams, like under 19, under 21, to do some other world championships or other competitions, but no, they stay with us because I wanted them to have those guys around, because it's not the same. And their improvement for me is really obvious. And there are some also other players who didn't develop as I was hoping, but that's that's how that was the idea at the beginning, to try out some new players to see how they will react, how they will let's say perform in these circumstances. And some of them did well, some of them not so well, but I have much more clearer idea now.
And what are your expectations for this week?
To win everything. No,
Sure.
Of course, every game we play, we want to we want to win, obviously. But as Ben said, I think it's not only theirs or ours. Our goal this year is the World Championship, so we are preparing the team for that tournament. Obviously, while we are doing that, it's not like, let's try out. We go to win, we go to play the game, we go to win. So also, in the meantime, I'm trying out to prepare these guys who didn't play until now. So to give them chance to feel the court, to have the rhythm of the games, because some of them didn't. They played the last game like over a month and a half ago, so that's also one of the goals. But again, it's to try to have the more wins possible.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Alex Grozdanov from Bulgaria. Your team has 4 wins already this season, big wins as well. It seems that you've beaten all teams ranked higher than you: Japan, Slovenia, Germany, Argentina. What did you do so well in those matches, in those victories?
Hello, everybody. I think we just play like team because we're too young, and we support each other. We keep the good emotion in the court, and I think this is our key for now.
Then I guess the other half of the question is, the games that you didn't win, what didn't go so well?
Because we are so young, sometimes we lose the concentration. I think this is the main problem. Last week we had one tough game with Turkey that we completely lose the concentration before the game. We had a bad incident, the injury of the setter, so this is important to keep the concentration all the time.
All right, I want to ask you as well, since you played here last year in Poland, what is the atmosphere like just playing in Poland volleyball?
This is amazing. I was surprised for my first year here. There was some games during the season, they sold out the 4,000 or 5,000 gym for less than 30 seconds, so this show a lot. It's amazing atmosphere.
Great, thank you very much. All right, beside him is Robert Landy Simon from Cuba. Welcome to the VNL, Robert Landy, and glad to have you. What's the thing that keeps pulling you back to the national team?
Good morning. I'm here because my coach told me, he expected me it's possible to go back for the last week, because the last season in the VNL I make injury in the second week. But for me it's a little bit crazy because it's too long. I'm not young like him. But it's okay. I am happy to be here, and we try to do everything here. It's normally for us.
Right. Your team played really well in the last week in Belgrade with 3 wins. You're in the sort of hunt for one of those spots. What do you think will be the formula for success here this week in Gdansk?
Well, it's difficult because we have the difficult week now, but we try to do our best. It's normally. When I speak with the team, I told them we are Cuban. We need to go there to fight. And maybe we win, maybe we lose, but we need to give everything we have inside. So if we have this one, we can do it.
Great. Okay. And beside Robert Landy is Amin, and you played here in Poland as well, professionally. What was that experience like for you?
Good morning to everyone. It was my first season in Plus Liga, and I think it was incredible, amazing also for me. As my friend said, the all fans are here is crazy about volleyball, and I think that every matches here is important for them, and I really like to play here.
Yeah. And your team also has 4 wins this year, and so you're in the fight with some of the others to try to get to the final. What improvements have you noticed with your team from previous years, and even through this season?
Yes, we have also very young players here, and I think this season with Piazza is very important for us because we can improve too many steps, and I think he will help us too much. And as I said, we have young players, and I think we can do better than this in the future also.
Yeah, you've had some great moments so far this year in the VNL. Okay. Is there any media here? Anyone else who would like to ask a question to the players? We're glad to have you do that. Too shy? As it happens, I have more questions for the players. So, actually, I have some questions that have been given to us by fans as well. So sent through Volleyball World. And I'll start with those, starting with France on the far side with Benjamin. Is there a player, like a legendary player, that you always dreamed of playing alongside or competing against? Who would that be?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking.
Maybe Robert Landy or something. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm a big fan of volleyball. I'm really big fan of volleyball. I'm watching volleyball for a long time. I love how I was playing Brazil in the years like 2002, 2006. I remember the style they have with Ricardo as a setter, and it was really impressive. So I was impressed by him. I have the chance to play against him. I think one of his last season with national team when he have a comeback with Brazil. So I would say him. But in general, I love the personality of a lot of setters, and Nicola was one of these guys also. His quality, his behavior on the court, Lloyd Ball also. So yeah, it was few setters that I take. It's different style like me because they are really tall. Some of these guys, but the personality and how they were acting on the court was important for me. So yeah.
I also wanted to ask you about, we've been seeing quite a strong group of French players coming up as well, and in the first 2 weeks, different setter as well, and like you said, really tall, and some other young French players, including teenagers. What have you noticed about some of the young players?
The French volleyball looks nice, looks good for the next, at least 2 Olympic, I think. And it's something great for French volleyball team. We win everything almost under 21 and under 19. We have a lot of players now who go abroad from France really early to have personality. Then for sure it's one more step to be like a young, really good player to become top senior player is a big step, but they have the possibility, and I think it was really important for them to play this first 2 weeks of VNL. Also, some of these guys are still with us, and I'm really happy about how is going the French volleyball, and yeah, I think it's important to keep France important. Place on the map of the world volleyball.
Okay, great. Thank you. Lee, you have a new coach this year with Vital Heinen. I think maybe started last year. What changes has he brought to the team, and what growth have you seen through the new coach?
就是林永真，你们的队伍迎来了一名新教练维塔尔海宁，他从去年开始就开始带队了。你觉得新教练给队伍带来了哪些变化？队伍在他的带领下获得了哪些成长？
我觉得海宁指导来到我们队伍，首先对我们队伍是有很大的帮助的。整体的水平我觉得是有一定提高的。在战术层面，我觉得它改变了我们以往的一些固有的思维，它会让我们怎么说，跟着他的脚步，然后去更进一步，去往国际排球发展的趋势更靠拢一些。然后我觉得他给我们的战术思路，我觉得就目前来看，比赛成果来看的话，我认为是非常正确的。
I think Coach Haney really helped us a lot. He helped us to improve the level of our team. I think he really changed a lot our previous concepts, and they made us to make one step forward to the international trend of the volleyball. I think from the results of the matches, his concepts are correct.
Great, thank you. Alexander, someone wants to know what's the story behind that you always like to wear number 11. Some significance there.
Oh, well, there is no story at all. I just like the number from when I was a really young player, and luckily the number was available from the 3 seasons ago when Fabian Drzyzga wasn't in the team anymore. So I asked him if I could use it, and now I'm playing with number 11 national team. So I'm really happy because I really love that number.
Okay, good. I'll ask you one more. Playing at home and playing in the VNL, you were on the championship team that won 2 years ago here. What are your memories from that that just stand out in your mind?
I had nothing but great memories about this tournament. We had a great run, won all the games. I think we played really good volleyball at the time.
That means we are not playing now. Come on.
And we want to, for sure, that we're playing again in Gdansk, and we want to give our fans, let's say, same positive emotions by winning the games and by fighting till the end for every point. So that's the goal.
Okay, great. Sorry if I got you in trouble from your coach there. Nikola, we've a lot of talk about that you were a player at a high level as well. Would you compare the difference in terms of pressure as a player and as a coach?
I'm older. It was really a long time ago when I played, and obviously the start of my playing career and the end of my career from that point of view was 180 degrees different, because at the beginning you need to prove yourself, you need to win, you didn't do anything, nobody knows you, so you have this eagerness to show yourself, to win. Once you do that, then towards the end of the career, these things are just not existing. You're just focusing on what to do on the court, and you mature as a person, so you deal with the stress much easier. But let's be honest, stress is like the air. It's always there. Whatever you do on this level, obviously, if you are participating, you will have that kind of environment of, it depends only of how you will approach that, of how you will deal with that. And I'm using the strategy of ignoring it. So I'm not thinking about it at all. I'm just focusing on what there is to do in that particular moment. Because all of those things that we are talking about and thinking about in before and after the game is just adding to this whirlpool of thoughts in your head, which is not helpful at all, because it will take your attention from the actual task at hand. So I'm just focusing on that. And obviously it's the, let's say, the thing that I developed through the years. By being in this situation so many years in a row, now I'm not thinking at all about that. I'm just focusing on what there is to do, and then if we don't make it or if we don't win, I'm trying to learn why, and then to continue, knowing that and trying not to repeat myself. So.
Great. Yeah, keep the microphone. I want to ask you one more question. Benjamin said something about it's one thing to have a really talented young player, and then to make that next step to be a really great international player. How do you try to manage your players through that?
Well, that's I have 2 sons. They are teenage years, so and I was also a young player. But it's a great thing to have good youth, in a sense of good players, good young players. But it's a long way from being a good young player to be a good senior player. Maybe Bulgaria is a great example of that, because I remember when I was a young guy, they were dominating everything. They were winning everything, like world champions of cadets, world champions, European champions. They were really, really better than everybody else. None of those players then developed to be the great national team players in the end. And as you know, it's not like Bulgaria, with all due respect, it doesn't have like 3 Olympic medals, or you understand what I'm saying? They don't. It's not like in the seniors. In juniors, they are amazing. So, and there are many, many, many other examples like that. So it doesn't have. It's great to have it, better than don't, but it doesn't have to mean that, because many of those players reach their full potential when they are 17, and that's it. But that's not good enough level for this level. So again, some of these players that I'm having also were really good in the youth, like Koranowski or Fornal. They were winning also, but they are good now. But sometimes it's not like mathematical formula. You are good when you are a young player, then you have to be. It's not like that. So it's a long road, and but again, it's better to have that than not.
Okay, great answer. Alex, I also want to ask about your team. I asked about unsung heroes. So was there anyone on your team who, because Moni Nikolov and Alex get lots of publicity, and you score a lot of points, but is there someone that maybe we don't see that you see behind the success?
It's everybody, all the team, all the bench players, because we are doing some substitutions all the time. I would say now we take a second libero that is great, and I hope he will show on this tournament what he can do, because in defense he's a monster. So I would say him. Okay,
great. Is there a player that you looked up to growing up, like a hero?
This question is too easy, because like a middle blocker, I was looking all the time Simon. So
what was it about his? I mean, middle blocker, but what else was it about his game, his personality?
Oh, like a complete player. I was enjoying so much watching his game, and it was just amazing for a young player. Now I'm so happy to sitting here next to him.
Yeah, make sure we get photos of the two of them together here. Very nice. Okay, pass the microphone on to Robert Landi. Robert Landi, you won championships in the Italian League, the World Championships, silver at the Worlds, Club World Championships. Is there a game or a tournament that stands out in your mind that was just so special for you?
This is all. I didn't win 3 years. I didn't win nothing. practically. But when you start the season, no, you want to win. In your mind, you want to win. You're working for win. Everything out of this one, you don't see the same character, no. But because when I start the season, I prepared my mind and my body to arrive in the end in the best performance. So it's like I can't explain to you, but for me, it's every year is the same. I prepare everything and I arrive in the best performance in the last of the season. Now I stay with vacation. I come back now. It's different, but maybe in the World Champions I arrive better than today.
You're building up.
Yeah.
You're building up to that. Yeah. Okay. Great. This is a fun question from a fan. If you could spend a day living a life of any other athlete on the planet, or spend a day with that athlete, well, who would it be?
It's a really difficult question. With another athletes, I should say about our sport, volleyball, also, for sure. And I think with every great volleyball players in the past, also now, I like to stay with them. I don't know, I cannot choose really, but we have also great players also here. Maybe I want to stay with them. I don't know, really difficult question.
Well, you got a half an hour with them now anyway, so yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Does anyone on our panel have a comment that they would like to make before the week begins, that they want to share with the volleyball community? I don't know. Maybe someone loves to share something. I have a question, maybe one more for the coach, because he's good talker. Last year, on the men's side and on the women's side, we saw the VNL champion become the Olympic champion. Is that realistic to happen in a world championship year this year, do you think?
It might be. Not many times happened that the team who won the VNL then won, but it happened with USA and Beijing. And both times I was participant, so we lost in the finals of the VNL in Rio de Janeiro, and then we lost to them in quarterfinals 3-2, leading 7-4 and having transition. So I still remember it. Last year was France, but as Ben said, it was a period of Brazil in those years where they were dominating. But in general, it's tough, and the reason is because first of all, there are so many teams. They are really close. So the difference between the teams sometimes is just the episodes. Just that 2 points will decide who will win. So there is not like so much dominant team above others. So you will say, like in the 90s, there is this period where Netherlands and Italy will play all the finals. Wherever the other will participate, but these two teams will play the finals. Then after Netherlands, it was Italy and Russia, and then on and on and on. So, but now you have 7 to 8 teams where you cannot predict who will play the finals. So the difference between the teams, it's really, really small. So that's why it's tough that one team manages to win 2 competitions, also because they are quite close to each other. So maintaining the level of the performance is not so easy. So it's not like I want to have a peak of performance on, let's say, 1st of August, and then I have to go down and then to have it again in 1 month. So that physiologically, that's really difficult. So it's not easy. It's doable. It's not easy. But again, it depends also from the focus and let's say, target of the coach, because sometimes coaches, yeah, we'll do it, but I want to prepare the team for. So they are not playing their best team. They are not playing to. I'm not saying they are not playing to win, but it's different approach if you are really eager to win the tournament and then to prepare yourself for something else. So yeah, it's tough in today's volleyball. Everything is tough to predict.
Right.
Really.
So close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's an example. We have 3 teams here that all have 4 wins and 4 losses. So Bulgaria, Cuba, and Iran all have a chance to go to the final 8 if they can have a really big week. So yeah, you're right. It's really close. Just really quickly, I'm going to go through the teams that are here and who they'll play. So France will play China, Cuba, Iran, and Poland. China will play France, Iran, Bulgaria, and Cuba. Bulgaria will play Cuba, China, Poland, and Iran in that order. I think I have everybody. Pardon? I didn't know I don't have you guys yet. No, but I want to make sure I didn't miss someone in the order. Iran will play Poland, China, France, and Bulgaria. And Poland, with their 6-2 record, will play Iran, Cuba, Bulgaria, and France. So all these teams gearing up for busy weeks in the Volleyball Nations League. Did I mention Cuba? They're playing Bulgaria, Poland, France, China. So there you go. So much at stake this week in the Volleyball Nations League in Poland, and that's what we're excited about. One last chance if anyone has any questions. And then we will thank everyone for coming today, physically and online, and all of our experts here, and for sharing their thoughtful insights. And to the media worldwide, thank you for your ongoing support of volleyball, helping us share the message of this sport. And we're glad that you can join us. Don't forget, you can watch all the action starting tomorrow on VBTV. And on behalf of Volleyball World and the FIVB, I want to thank you for being part of the VNL journey. So thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Oh, wait, can we do a photo?